Grab a cocktail with us and welcome to the hot mess that is my life as a single makeup artist living in a college town in Florida. This is Kara's Lipstick Diary. Oh my God, we're back, you guys. I am so excited for today's episode. Now, first off, have you guys subscribed yet? There's that little button down there that says like subscribe or follow or something like that. Click it. You guys need to click it so you know what's going on. Make sure you click and subscribe. All right, so today's episode, we're gonna talk about some fuckboys, which means I'm gonna need a cocktail. I mean, I always need a cocktail, what's new? But we're gonna make it. Let's see if I can do this properly. My guest already has her. She says it is like palatable and okay, and I didn't poison her. So let's see how we do this. Okay, first off, we are gonna do 1.5 ounces of cucumber mint vodka. I'm actually gonna like trying to do this and not spill everywhere, but I'm not sure that's gonna like work very well. All right. So there's this, and let's see, measuring 1.5. Okay, don't spill it, Kara. Don't spill it. I think I did it properly. It's kind of a miracle. Okay, from there, we do 1/2 ounce of Elderflower Liqueur. Okay, these are all really big bottles, you guys. Don't know why I feel the need to like buy the biggest one possible, but I always do. All right, and pouring that in. It's very fancy. There's so many things in it. Then we need 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Oh, that's me making a mess. Hold on. All right, there, I did it. I swear, it's like a freaking toddler trying to make cocktails over here. Okay, and then you guys, I had to get really fancy and make some freaking strawberry puree. Y'all know I don't do kitchen, so like making this was like an interesting challenge. I think we're supposed to do like 3/4 of an ounce. I don't know. So the person who taught me how to make this might be referenced in today's episode, but also was just like, you just pour it in. I was like, no, you don't understand me. Like, I have to have like actual set measurements because like I am very challenged. And I was supposed to do something like switching it between glasses. I didn't know what that meant, and I figured I was just gonna make a mess, so I'm just sort of stirring it with my straw and hoping it works. And then we add some ginger beer. And we all know that ginger beer is like my favorite thing in the world because all I actually know how to make is a freaking Moscow Mule. Okay. Hey, you guys, it looks kind of good. Strawberry puree, I can say that word. And we have glitter in there, and we're just gonna add like a lime to make it look pretty. Cool, fabulous. Cheers. You ready to talk about fuckboys? Well, I am so excited that my friend Megan is back for her second episode. And this time we're talking about fuckboys. And I have like mixed opinions about fuckboys. So we're going to get into this and talk about it. Megan, thank you for coming back to the show.
Of course.
Did you like the drink? Did I poison you?
It's great.
She's not so happy because one of the fuckboys we're referencing might have taught me how to make this drink. Oops. All right. So Megan, we have been talking about doing a fuckboy episode since... Well, like,
forever.
Yeah, literally since we were sitting in your office coming up with a logo for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, literally, she designed the logo, you guys. But so give me your definition of what a fuckboy is. Because people keep asking me, like, what's the definition of a fuckboy? And I'm like, I just know what it is, but I don't know how to, like, define it.
Honestly, it's like an epidemic in dating right now. And it's just like a guy who's not willing to commit to you, but still wants to fuck you.
But isn't that just like a bachelor? Like, I mean, that used to just be considered a bachelor.
He enjoys all the perks of you being like wifey to him.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to return the same thing to you. He
Got
doesn't
it.
want to make a commitment. And
but I, again, feel like this has been around forever and was just like a bachelor before, and we just now call it fuckboys.
I just think it's worse, like, now because like the whole like chivalry.
Yeah. Okay,
That
neither
whole
of us can
thing-
say that word now.
That whole thing is just dead, honestly.
Well, and I think also dating app world has definitely changed the format with which we date. But I mean, here's my problem. Okay, this is bad. I am kind of a fuckboy. I mean, I'm a fuck girl. I'm a fuck girl. I do not have a penis. But I think, you know, that's part of my problem is the fact that like I kind of do the same thing. So I can't really judge because I mean, I've definitely been with the dude who I literally at the first time we made out was like, dude, I'm so not gonna date you. Do not get feelings for me. Like I will hang out with you. We can have fun. We can fuck. But I'm not gonna be your girlfriend.
We talked about this. So Kara and I saw each other the other night.
Yes.
We talked about this and I was like, I come from more of like the emotional standpoint where I get emotionally involved and I end up being the one being hurt because I like, you know, I'm naive and I care about people. And then Kara was like,
Why?
Well,
I don't. Yeah, and I think that that's my thing. Like, I was literally talking to someone the other day, and I was like, I'm 40 years old, and I've never been in love.
Yeah.
Ever. Like,
Yeah.
and so like, I don't get that emotional attachment at this point. I would like to. I would love to find a person that like I get emotionally attached to. But at this point, I don't. And I mean, the guy that I said that to was very upset by the fact that I wouldn't commit and like told people we were in a more serious relationship than we were, because he wanted that commitment. And I was like, I don't. And why would you want to be with me if I don't have any desire to be with you in that way? Like I say, for me, I'm like, we can be friends, we can hang out, we can fuck. That's cool. But I wasn't emotionally attached or willing to be a wifey.
Yeah.
That's just not who I was. So I have a really hard time judging guys for doing this because I do it.
It's hard. It's really hard. I just feel like I think it, like the older I get, the worse it gets. When I was younger, I was just like, okay, like we're dating, but like I'm not gonna marry you because I'm in college or like
we're not at that point in our life.
I was like in my early 20s, but now that I'm 32, I'm like, okay, we do not have time to fuck around. My past like
but
3, 4, I wouldn't even call them relationships, haven't been relationships because I've had men that would not commit to me, and it could be me, honestly.
Well, here's my thing. I don't want to be into a forced committed relationship. I don't care how old I am. Like if I don't find my person till I'm 55, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So for me, I just don't want to like force it, and I don't fit to any social standard of when I'm supposed to be with someone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I am hearing you and you're like, well, we're running out of time. You're not. You're younger than I am. You're several years younger than I am, like quite a bit younger than I am. You got time, girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool. I mean, like I say, I would like to find my person, but I want it to be the right fit. So I never want to force it.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. And I feel like in reference to the person who created these cocktails, like, and I've said this to your face, like, so this is nothing new, that like, I feel like you want him to be someone he's not.
Yeah.
And that's who you're in love with, is the idea of him more than the actual him.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I think it's just the need to be, and it's just like the pressures of society too that come in on you. Like all my friends, I have a huge friend group right now. They're all getting married. I'm the only single one. I'm like every day Snapchat me and my cat. I'm like, what up? Kevin and Meg here.
Hey, at least you have a cat. I don't even have a cat.
I do have a cat. And
I can
love him very
Snapchat
much.
with my wall. Hey.
But I feel like that is like, and it's not like nobody's pressuring me.
Right.
But you feel that pressure. And like, I think just like my need to like want to prove that like somebody will actually commit to me, because the past
Don't get me
5
wrong.
relationships, they wouldn't fucking commit to me. And I'm like,
That is something I actually like cried about the other night, where I was like, why am I never the girl that they want to choose? Not even that I per se want them to choose me, but I'm never the girl that's chosen.
Yeah.
So I think that I relate to 100%. The why is it never me? Why am I always the bridesmaid, not the bride?
Yeah.
You know, with that being said, like I say, I don't want to rush into it. So I have this weird gray area of like, okay, like I've worked in the wedding industry. I'm always the bridesmaid. I'm always working on weddings. Why am I never the one here? But at the same time going, but I don't know if I actually want that.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes I literally thought about this the other day, and I was just like, I don't know if I want a relationship because I don't want that fear of being hurt again. Because I've been hurt so many times, and I'm just like so sick of it. I'm like, I give up on dating. I don't want to date anyone. The men who do want me, and maybe I'm just being picky.
No, but the men who do approach me, I'm also like, oh, okay.
But they do like weird shit. Like, okay, should we talk about the Vegas guy?
Oh yeah, please talk about the
Vegas
Vegas guy.
Okay.
Let's discuss.
So I went to Vegas recently, and this guy that I'm currently like whatever bullshitting around with, I'm trying so hard to get over him. So I was like, I met this guy in an elevator, and I'm like, okay, I'll give him a shot. Like, why not? So we tried to meet up. I was actually on a family vacation in Vegas, and I didn't have a chance to meet up with him. But literally 3 weeks later, I haven't talked to this guy since Vegas. He messages me and he says, it's a shame we couldn't hang out in Vegas. Wanted to give you this big dick. And I was like, this is why I don't have faith in dating or humanity at this point.
Well, that's usually the go-to line. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times I've matched with someone and like literally the first thing out of their mouth is something about their penis. And I'm like,
they go from 0 to 180.
Yeah, and I'm like, first off, I need to know you first. Second off, no offense, I actually don't give a shit about your dick because your dick isn't what's going to get me off. I want to know about your mouth and hand skills. Personally.
Maybe your personality.
Yeah, maybe your personality. But if we're going into the sex zone, I really could give two shits about the size of your penis. Like, really, I mean, unless I don't feel it, it doesn't matter. That's not what's gonna like, and I don't.
Like, what did I put on to also, get that text? What vibes did I put
And that's
off
the other
to get
thing.
that
Why
text?
is that the first fucking thing out of your mouth? Like, how many times the very first comments or something like that, or the one where like I know where that what they're implying is, well, you look like fun. Fuck you.
You're judging me.
You're judging me and thinking I'm a whore and that you're just gonna get some quick. Like, don't get me wrong, I fuck around, but I choose who I fuck around with. And I don't want that to be the first fucking thing out of your mouth. And 90% of the people, and they assume they're gonna get sex out of you. Like, I've had people who like don't know me, they know my car, message me on social media and immediately are like, well, when are we having a date? Honey, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, and why are you messaging me? And immediately talking about what you're gonna do to me. Like, no.
It's so aggressive.
It's so aggressive.
And that's what this is why I feel like I get stuck in these situations. So I get stuck with somebody like asshole who made these drinks. I get stuck on him because I know him really well. And like, I'd rather deal with his bullshit than deal with somebody else new that I don't know.
Well, it's actually funny because when I was talking, when he was teaching me how to make these drinks, he was like, well, you know, I know her, so it's like safe. And I'm like, yes, but do you like want to be with her? This is where you're sending mixed, but you're both literally coming at it from the exact same view, except for the fact you want the commitment and he's not ready to do that.
It's just toxic. Toxic.
So that's, you know, where the issue comes in. Cause yeah, I mean, when you're with someone repeatedly, you know them, you know each other's kinks, each other's pleasures, each other's this, that, and the others, in comparison to like going back out there on the fucking dating field where you don't know what you're gonna get. And like, I'm one of those who I'm lucky if I'm with a guy more than like 3 times. So I can tell you most of the first times are really fucking bad. Like just not enjoyable. It's terrible.
I've been on a few dates on like Tinder and Bumble and stuff like that. And like, I'm very shy and I don't like going outside of my comfort zone, which is why I also think that I get in this like fuckboy trap. Yeah. Like we're like the opposite. Like I get in this trap because I don't like change and I don't like these new things. And so I try to go out on dates, but then like they prove me wrong. They don't work.
I think you and I are actually very similar. We just go about it in different ways because I don't like change, but I've been single so long that I'm like, I don't want to let anyone in. So I'm going to find every red flag instantaneously and push you the fuck away. Yeah. And not commit to you because I don't want the change of that situation. So I think it's like, we're actually in a very similar, and I'm super shy when it comes to dating, which nobody expects. Yeah. Nobody thinks that of me, but yet I am like the most awkward fucking dater ever. Like legit the most awkward dater ever. It's terrible. And you know, I've definitely fallen into the fuckboy things, but the thing that I've always found funny is that they always think I'm the one attached and I'm not. Right. So that always amuses the fuck out of me because, you know, I was banging a guy for like a year and a half. First off, he was terrible in bed. I don't know why I kept him around. But I was banging him for like a year and a half and he was banging other girls. I knew that. I was banging other guys. It didn't matter. We were just in that like friends with benefit zone. He was a total fuckboy. Totally thought, you know, he had the greatest dick known to man. He didn't. But when I ended it, because I was fucking bored, I was like, I'm not getting good sex. I'm not getting anything out of this. Like, peace the fuck out. He literally took me to lunch to sit down and tell me how like one person gets emotionally attached and you were emotionally attached to this situation. God. And I was like, no, I'm actually the one that ended it because like I was fucking bored. Literally. And for years later, he would still hit me up. The dude's fucking married with a kid. He still drops into my DMs. And I'm like, I'm the one who ended it with you. And why do you think I'm emotionally attached? Yeah. I'm not in the slightest bit emotionally attached. But again, that's for some reason I shut down. Mm-hmm. And don't get that emotional attachment while you get the immediate emotional attachment. I can speak words. Right. Sometimes it's hard, you know, you guys. There's a cocktail in hand. And really, honestly, just so you all know, it's about 10:30 in the morning right now. We're already drinking. Cheers. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
But I think in my defense of like why I get emotionally attached, it's because I believe the things that are told to me.
Yeah.
And like, I genuinely try to believe that people like are genuine in their words, but their actions prove different. And like, I've been the past like couple of relationships. It's been like me and this guy right now have been like 3 years of like back and forth. Like I care about you.
Well, and that's where it's hard.
You know, and it's like you're feeding me these things, and like in my head I know better because I've been through this before, and like I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
but
it's
you
hard.
believe in what could be, and when you're feeding me lies, but then you get mad at me for like being crazy and like getting emotionally attached. Well, I'm sorry. The other day you were in my house and you said this, but then you went on a date 2 days later. So
I had an on again, off again for 15 years. He had girlfriends he lived with. That's a long time. It really fucked with my head. Let me tell you. And he literally asked me to marry him on 2 different occasions while having a girlfriend at home. Talk about like fucking with your head. We were soulmates. We were supposed to be together. I was the only one who understood him. He was the only one that understood me. Bull fucking shit.
Yeah.
Bull fucking shit. I didn't know any of your friends. You didn't know any of my friends. We literally just fucked. Mm-hmm. And like after like 15 years of back and forth, I was finally like, screw this shit. Like get the fuck out. I want nothing to do with you. He literally, I haven't spoken to him in 3 or 4 years. And he literally will still every once in a while start like texting me. And I don't respond anymore because I'm like, you fucked with my head so, and I didn't even want to per se actually be with him, but it was that constant back and forth.
Right.
The like, we're soulmates, but I'm going to go home to my girlfriend.
Oh, but I'm mad at my girlfriend right now.
But I'm mad at my girlfriend, so I'm going to show up at your house.
It's
and I've known you, and I've been with you longer than I've been with my girlfriend, so you're the one that matters.
And I cannot sit here and say that it's just guys. I'm sure there's so many guys out there that have been burned by girls that do the same thing.
Like I say, I did it to a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very upfront, and I said, like I say, every fucking time he went in to kiss me, I was like, don't get attached. Do not get attached. I am not going to be your girlfriend. I am not going to marry you. Right. I will never be a wifey. You need a wifey. I'm not that. So I was very upfront and direct about what I was feeling. So I think that's, and I think a lot of the guys that I know who are fuckboys, and I've talked to, they're like, but I don't want to be mean. And I'm like, but not being honest and not being genuine and leading someone on is actually being meaner than just saying, I'm not that into you.
But here's the thing. So I do want to touch on that. So you can lay your intentions out in the first place. Yeah. Like many times I've had men be like, I don't want anything. I don't want a relationship. Yet you're the one who's like, still coming over to my house, still trying to like do relationship with things with me. Like, that's the thing. That's such a mind fuck right there. Right. And I think like on an emotional level and on a human being level, you do not say one thing and then turn around and act the complete opposite. Like, what is wrong with you? It honestly makes me think that some of these men are just like mentally not there.
See, but for me, like again, I go back to that guy that, you know, I said that to. I would help him with things. I would hang out with him and his friends. Right. I would, you know, we would hang out. And I know he went and told his friends that like there was more to what our relationship was. And I was like, but I can be friends with you and hang out with you and have sex with you and this not be a relationship. But he wanted it to be more. So is it that, or is it like?
I'm the opposite. Like if we've hooked up, there is no friendship there.
See, and for me, I can continue the friendship.
I can't unless like I really don't have feelings for you and we just hooked up randomly and I'm like,
See, my problem is I really don't have feelings most of the time.
I do have a few friends where I'm just like, we randomly hooked up. It was like really weird, but like I'm still friends with you. But like, no, once we've had like this, like currently this 3-year thing, and you say, Megan, why can't we be friends? Because you have emotionally manipulated me, because you've treated me like pure shit. And you hang on to me until you can find somebody better. And then you just cut me off every time.
That's my question for you. Why would you keep holding on to that if you know that that's what it is? And he's not going to change.
No.
Because nobody changes.
They're not going to change. They never change. This has been, like I said, this has been like the 5 past flings that I've had. And honestly, like, I think I'm good luck Chuck because a lot of them got married to the girl after me or like found a serious relationship of the girl that they're in love with. Maybe I just show guys what they don't want in a girl. I don't know. But
or you show them what they're supposed to do.
I told this last one, I was like, stop texting me. Like, stop texting, hey, Maggie, how are you? Because you give me hope and I don't want hope. I literally don't want to see your face at all.
There comes that moment where you realize to just end it. For me, it was when that guy that was on and off for 15 years, we ended up at a public event together. I was there with some of my friends. He was there. He had been gaslighting me for years and I knew it, but I didn't have proof of it. And at that event, he was hanging all over me. I was playing it fucking cool because I'd actually fucked 2 guys in the room and I was like laughing about it. And I was like, hey, let me take a selfie with both of them because this amuses me. Neither of them know about the other one. This is funny. So like, I was playing it super cool. And the next day he messaged me about how I needed to like not act like there was anything between us. And I'd been all over him and like his coworkers called him out and he has a girlfriend. And I was like, dude, that fucking never happened. And I was able to then reach out to my friends and be like, hey, what was the dynamic? And they were like, you were super cool. He was all over you. Yeah. And I was like, cool. I just had proof. Like I literally just had proof of this moment because all the gaslighting had been done in private before. So like, I just thought I was going crazy. And for me, when I had that breaking moment, like that was that moment where I was like, and we're done. And we're completely done. And after that, every single time he messaged me, I just ignored him. Yeah. And like, he will talk to other people in town about me because he's pretty well known in this town. And I'm like, nope. Like you don't get access anymore. You are out.
That's the thing.
You have to have that moment.
I hate being like gaslighted and made out to be this crazy. Like I guarantee you all the past flings that I've had will be like, oh, that bitch is crazy. Well, did you ever stop and think about like what made me crazy? Like when you were telling me this thing, but then you did this, like you literally make me insane. You make me like question everything.
I do think certain things are a little insane that you do, but that's just,
I mean, sometimes I get drunk and I go off and I will admit that. And you can ask anyone and they'll be like, Megan sent me like 50 messages in a row. Okay. But it's because like, I just want like conclusion. Well, I just want like answers.
And it's hard in our society. There's so much pressure. I mean, this episode is dropping the day after Singles Awareness. Singles Awareness Day is a lovely day. No, it's not. It's Singles Awareness Day. And it makes, there's all these things that put so much pressure on us in society. I mean, I remember in middle school when Valentine's Day went from a fun day where you put little cards in every kid's thing to like what girl was getting flowers and balloons from their secret admirer and like the girls who were sending them to themselves just to look like they were that's when suddenly this huge amount of pressure is put on us to find our man. And like,
the older you get, the older it gets.
Try being fucking 40. Oh my God. Ugh. My family literally thought that I was a lesbian because I never brought home a dude. And it was like, no, I just haven't found one that I want to be with. There's this huge amount of pressure. And now that, I'm 40 and I'm single and I don't have a child, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with me? I must be a fucking monster. I am definitely not living up to society's hype. And, that's something that, for a long time that weighed on my shoulders. And I remember, I think it was like my 34th birthday, like crying because I was like, am I gonna like find this person? Am I gonna get married? Am I gonna do all this stuff? I need to find that by the time I'm 40. Well, now I am 40.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's funny because at 34, 35, 36, I was very concerned about it. Like super concerned because I thought I had this fucking timeline I had to live up to. And now I'm like, all my friends are getting divorced. All my friends who are married are miserable. I'm pretty fucking happy. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a little lonely when I come home at night after something and there's nobody there. And during the pandemic when there was literally no one and I was completely alone.
I was locked in the pandemic with a couple.
Oh God, that's even worse.
I love them to death. Shout out to them. But it was miserable.
Is this the couple who has my phone number?
Yes. Yes. Your
Her
phone
old
number
roommate has my phone number, but with a different area code, and he gets calls for me for the past 10 years. This poor man.
Yes. But I was stuck in the pandemic with them, and I'm like alone, and I'm like, cool guys, I'm gonna drink on the porch tonight with my cat.
Well, and here I was like completely fucking alone, like literally no pets, no like roommates, no significant other. Yeah. I didn't have I literally made an appointment with a chiropractor so someone would touch me. Like, that's really fucking sad. So like that moment I was definitely like, God, I wish I had a partner. But at the same time I was like, oh fuck, if I was stuck in the same house with them 24/7, I'd go insane. So, you know,
hard.
I think now at 40, I'm much more confident in the fact that I'm single, but at the same time, I do have that, oh fuck, am I never going to find my person? Am I going to be alone? And I don't have family. I don't have any of that. So like that puts me very much alone. But at the same time, I go, you know, I would rather be alone than with the wrong person. If the person isn't willing to commit to me, then I need to be fucking out. That's just the way it is. 'Cause me is more important than that.
Yeah. And I think it's just like this feeling of, I think for me, it's just like, I'm like, why won't anyone love me? Like, I just want to be loved
like
at
I
this
say,
point. And like, you take what you can get from where you can get it, but you know, it's like you're literally laying in bed with a fucking snake every night. Like, it's like, would I rather that or nothing in my bed? I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. And then I genuinely think like this person, if they were to ever commit to me, would I say yes? I don't know. Probably not. You've done so much damage to me. And then
which, okay, if you say that, why aren't you just fucking walking away?
Because that's what I'm saying.
Like literally just block him on your fucking phone. Just walk the fuck away.
Because the potential of not being alone. You know what I mean?
I would take being alone than that any day.
I don't know, man.
And like I say, I legit was crying 2 nights ago because I was being like, oh my God, why am I never that girl? So like, I get it. But at the same time, I would take those little mini emotional breakdowns on a rare occasion over being with someone I'm not supposed to be with, because I feel like that misery is even worse. So like, if he's not the one, walk the fuck away. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like obviously I know this dude. He helped me come up with drinks. But like and he's lovely. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know why you want to be that attached when he is not that attached to you. And he's lovely, but not worth that much emotional involvement.
Right. And I think,
like, I'm not insulting you.
Getting back to all this like fuckboy mentality, I think it's just like you have people who are like, this is all bullshit, and they walk away. Then you have people who genuinely believe in like what people are telling you, which is my downfall. I really do. I genuinely believe in what people tell me, even though their actions are different. And you have to believe in actions. Like,
yes, actions speak so much louder.
That is the truth. And it's so hard. But it also, I think for me, I search for the reason why people act this way. Like, why do fuckboys act the way they do? Because they want to get a quick fuck. I mean, don't we all want to get a quick fuck? Yeah.
I mean, again, it comes back to, as women, maybe not so much, because our quick fuck might not actually accomplish anything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, down to human nature, we all want a quick fuck.
Right.
You know, we all want that fucking orgasm. It's great. It's, you know, we were made to have orgasms. And yes, that is what they are looking for. But I think the hard part is knowing, like, you know that. Mm-hmm. You know that. And most fuckboys are pretty, if they're too charming, most likely they're a fuckboy.
But you can spot that, like, you know exactly who I'm talking about, who I do not like.
Yes.
Because I looked at him day one and I said,
oh, well, he's self-proclaimed.
I'm talking about the slithery little snakes that don't act like fuckboys that turn out to be fuckboys.
Yeah, those are harder.
Yes.
Those are harder to find. He's self-proclaimed king of the fuckboys. So I know, you can't stand him.
He doesn't know I can't stand him. I feel bad. I don't even know him. I just look at him and I'm like, fuck boy.
Yes. But he, you know, and at least he is self-proclaimed. Mm-hmm. Though with that being said, I don't think most of the women in his world know that. Yeah.
But I think, honestly, I think it's better to be like, yeah, that's right, I'm a fuck boy. I respect that.
Right. Well, and that's
for
me.
You to lie and be like, Megan, I'm not a fuck boy. Why would you call me a fuck boy? You are.
My biggest issue is when a guy says, I'm a nice guy. You're a fucking jackass. Every guy that has claimed to be a nice guy, that is literally the biggest red flag ever. I literally, if a guy says that in his profile, I like swipe immediately left, right. Which way do we go?
I quit the dating apps.
I get rid of them. But anyways, so, you know, it is the ongoing dilemma of dating and the, you know, online dating, the fuck boys, the this, that, and the other, the pressures of societal, you know, decisions that we all need to be married off makes it challenging, you know? And as we get older, it's that oh my God, I haven't done it yet, to the, oh my God, I'm really glad I haven't done it yet, and where that balance comes in. And finding that, you know, peace within yourself, which please find the peace within yourself.
I mean, honestly, dating just freaking sucks nowadays.
Yes, it does.
It's not the same as it used to be. I mean,
it's miserable.
I think millennials are like, even me, sometimes I'm just like, I just want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that like, that's how dating's going, is everyone just kind of wants to do their own thing.
It makes it hard to partner off, but
it really does.
Hopefully there's hope. Maybe.
Not in Gainesville, honestly.
Okay, that is the hard part. We do live in Gainesville. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got to start wrapping this up. They've told me it's time. It's time to wrap it up. So I hope you guys all survived Singles Awareness Day. Oh Lord, one more. I've been single.
Doing the same thing.
Cheers. I have been single for every one of the Singles Awareness Days for my 40 years on this planet. So rock on.
Cheers.
Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. By the way, if you liked these bracelets, make sure you check out Hang 10 Handmade Designs. I will have their information, their Instagram page on the information page. So go check them out. They do some fabulous work. And again, make sure you subscribe. You guys, it's a little button. Hit the little button, subscribe, follow, whatever the button says, you click it. It's important. Thanks you guys for watching. Bye.